all my information. I'll also put it in the comments.
Good picture.
Yeah, thanks. This is the best way to get a hold of me. Email, phone number, that's my cell. It's my direct contact. So after that, we started doing Dave Ramsey. And we started doing the envelope system, and that was in 2012 that we decided to change and do that. And we saved up a lot of cash, and we decided to find another house and try it again. So this was the Craigslist ad, the original ad from the house. I had 5 houses I was looking at that time. And this was, I believe, in October I started. So, you know, you can just read it. Beautiful 1.5 story. This is in 66106 over in Kansas City, Kansas. And he was willing to own or finance. And he was out of state. So when I went to go look at the property, the door basically was kicked in and the whole thing was trashed. They had cut the electrical right above the electrical box. All the copper was removed. It was pretty much gutted. So I started doing, this is the first house that I actually did a lot of research on and learned how to do comps. I called to see if there was any service calls to the property as far as sewer, gas, things like that. I learned how to do my own. This is one of the comps in the area at that time. And then this is another house we went to go look at. And these were both in that area at that time. And then I pulled I did my own title search. I went into the county and just started doing research on the property, you know, looking at plat maps, seeing who owned it before. This actually has a creek that runs through the backyard. So I was looking to see if there was any flooding. There was water damage in the basement of that property. So that's why I was trying to see if there's any service requests and things like that. But I also talked to the neighbors. That was huge for me. I talked to every single person that lived around that area. There was somebody that was renovating the house right next to it. So I talked to them and asked them, I was like, why didn't you try to renovate this house? And it was just in a very extensive repair that needed to be done to that house. So we kept negotiating over time. This was in the beginning of December. I found this document, and this is where he was actually going to finance $7,000 of his asking price. So I was going to put so much cash down, and then he was going to finance the remaining $7,000. So I kept bringing him down on his price based on how much cash I was going to bring to the table. So finally, we closed this 2 days before Christmas, and the final price was $23,500.
Wow.
So Christmas Day, we were at the house with all 4 of our kids, cleaning trash out of the house. And this is actually what it values for now.
Do you still have it?
Yes, I still have it.
Fantastic.
So, and that's what I'm going to kind of walk you through. So we bought it December of, we're pretty much done with the slides. Okay. So we had purchased that house in December of 2013. And during that time, we decided we're going to have to pay rent somewhere. So then we started paying rent to ourselves once we purchased it. We're paying ourselves $1,000 every month. And that is addition to what we had to pay to get it going. We had $10,000 initially. And that was for the electrical, the hot water tank, the furnace. That was everything that we needed to do to get it in living condition. So we moved in by February.
Okay, whoa. Hang on. You guys, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
That is brilliant. So that's what commercial that's what commercial businesses do all the time is they form an LLC and then the company rents from their own LLC. So you did that with a residential. That's awesome.
Right.
I wish Bob would get back on the phone. I know Bob had something to do, but I do want to talk to him about all the tax consequences.
Oh,
of all
absolutely.
of this.
Yeah.
And maybe you that
I was
may
gonna
be
say,
part of
and
it.
I can just skim over that, but Bob is the expert at it. So, so that one, yeah. So we put 10,000, made it livable, moved in February, and then we just started paying ourselves $1,000. So we did that. There was one room that had a lot of water damage, and that was in the back of the house. So at first we could just block off that one room, and we didn't have to look at it or use it. But then we repaired that one room in that year's time. So after a year, my kids were going to school in the school district, and we decided we're going to start a trucking company. So in that time that we were paying ourselves, we are also saving up more money, and we bought our first semi and started a trucking company. I had quit my job after we had done some more repairs and, oh, hold on. I didn't quit my job yet. We got a home equity line of credit on the house. So what that means is we took all of the equity because we didn't owe anything on that house. And the bank gave us a loan of $40,000. So the only thing we had to pay on that loan was the monthly fee was $100 and the interest from any money that we owe or we borrowed from that. And with that money, we renovated the kitchen, we renovated the master bath, and then we also added a laundry room and partially finished the basement because I had a walkout basement.
Serena, why is my videos? Can you guys hear that feedback? No. So what you were saying about the HELOC is that it was just interest only for a time.
Right.
Okay, and I do the same thing with HELOC. I love HELOCs for,
Yes.
I use the HELOC all the time to get the project started and then get the long-term mortgage because
Right.
you basically, and this was amazing to me when I first realized, yeah, the bank doesn't care. It's just like, whenever you're ready to start paying it off, you pay it off. If you want to pay interest forever, they love that. I mean, it's not good for you, but
Right.
in that time period where you're doing the construction, the rehab, it's perfect.
Right. I think it's a wonderful bridge.
I'm
sure.
kind of liking it right now.
Yeah, for sure. I loved it. So we did the renovations, and then with our kids in the school district and with us starting the trucking company, we wanted to move because we wanted to make sure that they were in a place that had, I don't want to say better school districts, but we wanted them to be more independent than they were where we were living. So in between that time, that is when I quit my job. So we started a trucking company, and we were not going to be able to qualify for another mortgage at that time. So we found somebody that was going to do a lease option with us, and we moved out. And so we had a 2-year lease option into the house that I live in now. So in those 2 years, we were going to, ramp up our trucking company and be able to qualify. That was a plan. So they took a risk on us. Most lease options don't complete. So we were very lucky, but at the same time, we didn't want that house that we just put so much money into to be empty, because it was what happened once will happen again. Someone was going to go in there and just strip everything. So